But I like the Argentina side. I think they showed tonight that they can be versatile and they can do the donkey work as well as the nice stuff, you know.
You wanted, I thought you wanted to add something, because I very quickly also wanted to ask about, and I know we've spoken about these young men, but looking at this French team and some of the players that have played today, it is a team that is literally, as much as we have the players like Giroud who are very senior, I am willing to bet that Mbappe will be their next captain in the next World Cup in North America. Hugo Lloris by then will almost be hitting 40. But then look at all these young players that are surrounding him, the Upamecanos, the Konates, Shumaeni, some of the players that are really doing very well at the club level and who didn't get huge opportunities in this World Cup, but who we expect to see so much of going forward.
I expect most of these players to be in the next World Cup if they will qualify, because the hurdle begins now. I'm looking at the likes of Tchouaméni. We did not even speak about the likes of Nkoku, the players. Kamavinga has not played much in this World Cup.
Marcus Thuram, who's also very young.
Yeah, we have the likes of Kolomwani, brilliant boy. We've seen him. He's missed a chance, but I'm sure he's the one who will lead that mantle because he's taking over from the likes of Olivier Giroud. France did not come to this World Cup with a chance of winning. Let's be honest. Even their coach Deschamps said that he's preparing this team for the next assignment, and here they managed to get to the finals because they realized that, okay, we have a dream, we can realize it, and you see it came to fruition. Reaching the final and losing to a very good Argentina side, a very organized side. If Argentina were not better organized, I'm sure this one could have gone in favor of France. Tchouaméni, Kamavinga, Konate, Upamecano, all these players, look at them. Around, let's say 8 might be in Mexico or USA. Yeah.
And that's my thinking all along. But then we will talk a lot about the teams that made it to the finals. Let's also look at some of the standout teams. Which ones were they for you, Taiwo, as we wind up? Because I know there are so many teams that had brilliant football in this World Cup that really surprised us as well.
Yeah, I think look, Holland was solid. France was a solid team. France are a very good team, and when you got players like Mbappe, you can win World Cups. You know, they got to penalties. I think Brazil unlucky. I think their firepower is, you know, second to none. But I think it's the usual suspects, isn't it, for the next World Cup? You're going to have France, you're going to have Holland, you're going to have Brazil, Argentina, if they find their feet. So yeah, I think, you know, I'd go with those usual suspects.
For you, which one were your standout teams? Forgetting about the teams that were in the finals, I just want us to also focus on the others that didn't make it here.
Japan had a good tournament. Croatia and Morocco, very impressive, and they showed us how beautiful soccer is, and despite them getting knocked out and not even reaching the final, I think these 3 teams stood out. For Croatia, they said, okay, this is an old, an aged team, they can't go past maybe the group stages, but then look at the reaction. The disappointment I had was with Belgium. Everyone expected Belgium to perform really, really well in this World Cup, but then look at what they did. Disappointments, and the story continues.
Oh, and the story continues. In terms of standout players for you, besides, we've spoken about Mbappe, we've spoken about Messi, we've spoken about who are some of the other key players that we are really not mentioning at the moment, and who we should look out for in the next World Cup.
I don't know if he'll be still be there. Since day one, I've already I mentioned Rodrigo de Paul, the Atletico Madrid midfielder. He's been outstanding, doing all the dirty work in midfield for Argentina. To me, he's if I was to choose a player who stood out, worked his socks off, Rodrigo de Paul, anytime.
For you?
I'd go with the same player, de Paul. I think he was amazing in the semi-finals.
And also today, really.
And also today. But I think, you know, Mbappe, for me, really impressed me today because I think, you know, he didn't give up. And it's easy to give up when you're 2-0 down. And I think for a striker who wasn't in the first 30 minutes to come back and score 3 goals was impressive.
Well, it was rather impressive. I want to appreciate the two of you.
Thank you.
Greg, Mulemi, Taiwo, Atieno, and of course everyone who's been here with us on this set, because from day one we've had a mix of different analysts. I can actually assure you Odipo and Beldin are still around. They're always together somehow. I don't know why. Tyrus Wayaki, my co-analyst, my co-host, was also here earlier. It's just to say a very big thank you to every Kenyan who's made their time during this period to watch the World Cup on KBC. It has been quite a journey, and we've been with you from the word go. And just to also thank everyone behind the scenes, because we will always be the ones who sit here that you see on camera. We have a very worthy team of cameramen and women who've worked tirelessly to ensure that we were being seen by you and the right way. Muhika, I've been listening to you on my ear literally every other time. Manu, Frank, those are the people that have been sitting up in gallery, everyone that has helped us with the sound. We totally appreciate you. The people who switch on our lights as well, because they're the ones who make us look beautiful on these sets. And there's also another team that we always forget to mention, and that is the team that does the sets every single day, because this time around they came up with a very brilliant set. And these changeovers have been really brilliant. I cannot mention all the names of all the analysts that we've had in studio. I know there are quite many. We've had Murila here, we've had Weche, we've had Immaculate Akorot, just to mention, but if it's because I can't remember everyone's name. Of course, I also have to thank the two people that who are really leading the flock, and that is Elena Shiveka and Mary Wavinya. Thank you very much for making that possible. And these would not have been possible, of course, without KBC itself buying the rights for the World Cup. So the managing director at KBC, Samuel Maina, kudos to you, and to also all our sponsors who also made this transmission possible, because any transmission like this is never made possible without the contribution of people who put in their monies to help with the bid. So it is a very big thank you, and really looking forward to the next World Cup in North America. But I'm assuring you that this is not the last you'll see of some of us here doing sports on KBC, because we are expecting that at least in the next AFCON we can be able to sit on this set and have similar conversations. From me, my name is Sami Mura. It's been a beautiful journey being with you here day one and the last day. All I can wish you is all the best, a great week ahead, and congratulations to all the fans of all the teams that made it to this World Cup. We must at least appreciate all of them, and to the winners of the tournament, that is Argentina. Kudos, cheers, and see you next time.
could be a chance for Croatia. Goalkeepers come out. Chance here, take a shot. Good dummy first time. Oh, they've waited, and this has allowed the Moroccans to regroup and come back and defend. What a let-off. What a chance here across field. And it goes in. What a goal. It almost looked like it was going out. And again, Croatia take the lead. Miroslav Osic, the Dinamo Zagreb midfielder, one of the 5 changes for Croatia, putting the Czechs in the lead here. We're gonna continue talking about the vulnerability being exhibited in this Moroccan defense.
They kept their time, they had enough time to play. But Morocco also came into the game, they regrouped and won the ball, gained possession, but they lost it again. And this is a sort of intelligently taken. Look at the far side.